What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Simba Savi back with another video for you guys. Hit me with the HBO special, the Help a Brother Out special. Like, comment, and subscribe. Because when you engage with the channel is going to grow. If I waste any more of your time, guys, let's get into our topic. It's going to be a nice topic. Let's get into it.
You reach out to older couples that's been married longer because they'll tell you how to deal with the marriage than people. Like some people say, don't hang out with your single friends. You talk to married couples that's been in that situation longer.
And you know why that's true? Because folks who've been married 10, 50, 20 years, they've been through the trenches.
Yeah.
So they're not going to teach you how to be happy. We got that, single sis. We got that. I've had that all my life. They're going to teach you how to get through the times when you ain't happy. Y'all married, you know that. Let's not play this game. You married, you know that. You got, of course, I think marriage is beautiful. It's popping. It's where everybody wants to land. Why would you not want a partnership and a companion, your go-to?
So, yeah, people that have been married for a long time understand that marriage is about duty. It's not about, love and feelings and happiness. Nah. In a long-term marriage, there are times when you're going to be sad. There are times when you're not going to be happy. There are times when you're not even going to be romantically, whatever, attracted to your partner. That can happen in a 40, 50-year-old marriage. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's a long time to be with one person. That's why the Bible says marriage is about discipline. Only disciplined people can be married. But what we have today, because of TV and the romanticization of love and, you gotta be romantic and flowers and make me feel good and make me feel happy, people are obsessed with the idea of being happy. So when they get into marriages, at the first sign of unhappiness, people want a divorce.
But that shit comes with work. The Bible says marriage is for disciplined people. Discipline. I'm single. I don't have to be disciplined. Even though I am, I don't have to be in that space.
You think people get married too early?
I think people choose the wrong people. I think people choose their fairy tale ideology. They're not choosing the person. See, people are choosing marriage and not a husband. They're choosing marriage and not a wife. And so when you're choosing marriage, you get the title, you get the looks of it, but you're not getting a person. So you're a beautiful house who's home.
This is the facts. People have an idea of who they want in a marriage. So you find that, like I always say, that music, movies, celebrities, all these things have had an effect on us, right? For example, the whole obsession. I know, obviously, women have always been attracted to taller guys. I get that. But the obsession with the 6-foot number, it's all TV. It's all these reality shows. It's all the music, right? That has made this obsession. So what happens is we have, for example, girls who their first criteria to pick on a man is the height. But what about a man's height is going to make him a good husband? Same thing with men. Men fight so hard to make money because they understand that with this monetized dating market now, you cannot compete without money. You need money because women want, to look good on Instagram. Though this is the generation that's there. I'm talking of the majority. I'm not talking of all men, right? And once men start making money, they have access to very beautiful women. And now, because this girl is so beautiful, they will ignore the red flags and want to marry her. But now, what is it about a woman's beauty that is going to make that woman a good wife or a good mother to your child? So we have a whole generation of people that are ignoring the fundamentals of what makes a person a good partner and focusing on inane things, useless things like aesthetics, and even sometimes money, where you're so obsessed with someone's bank account that you ignore some guys who actually would have been good providers, but just because they don't drive a certain type of car or just because they are not the guys to buy you certain expensive bags, you disqualify them. So yeah, that's the dating market today.
The idea. And those are people who are fatherless, sometimes motherless, who just need something to be a part of. I just need this companionship. I want the title. I don't feel valued. I don't feel validated. So because we're married, I got somebody who's checking for me. I got somebody who can get me through the day.
So, and exactly the rules of marriage, right? The first thing is picking the good partner, the right partner. The partner that you can go to war with in the marriage, right? And none of these superficial things make someone a good partner. Someone's character, how someone grew up, what are their principles? Those are the things that make someone a good partner, right? Those are the main things. before all of these other things that we focus on now because of TV. Men have their minds sexualized, women have their minds sexualized and materialistic, and we don't care about someone's morals. We don't care about someone's principles. We don't care about how someone behaves as long as they meet the superficial criteria, right? So the thing is, in marriage, it's going to be many years. You want that person to be kind. You're going to need someone who's going to be able to sacrifice their sleep. Sometimes maybe you have a child. You need sometimes, most of the times, the wife, of course, since we know men are the providers, they have to go to work, right? Whether if you're working, both of you, you have to exchange waking up and taking care of the child. You're going to need a partner that can sacrifice and understand that, you know what? Yes, the woman is the one that's supposed to be a homemaker, but today she was somewhere where she was busy, could have been taking care of her parents or whatever it may be, right? She had a busy day. Why don't I take care of the house today? Whether you buy food or cook it yourself as a man, why don't I do that? Or sometimes my husband lost his job or he's struggling right now. I'm also working as a woman. Let me chip in and help out. You understand? But all those things come from the inside, who someone is on the inside. But we don't focus on that because we are so focused on the outside. So now you have that pretty woman, that trophy wife, but she's not a kind person. She's not a patient person. She's narcissistic, right? Now you get through these difficult times in the marriage where you want her to sacrifice. You know, where makeup is not as important. How she's rearing the kids is more important. How she treats your parents is more important. How she represents you to the world is more important. But she's more focused on makeup and nails and looking good on Instagram. Same thing with the man. He may have a lot of money. He may be 6 foot tall or tall, good looking and whatever. But is this man kind? He's causing you stress. He's cheating on you. He doesn't even respect you. He doesn't respect your family. He's narcissistic. So all these artificial things that you have chosen, are they that important now that you're in the marriage? So a lot of people are getting into marriages, and once they are in the union, you sign the contracts, the government, whatever, you have the kids, you start to now want someone to change their inside when you never focused on that during the dating phase, when you should have focused on picking a partner who was good on the inside. Now you want to change someone once you're in the marriage. Now you want them to be kind. Or now them cheating on you is a problem. But when they were your boyfriend, you were forgiving them for cheating. Now, as a man, you wanted to cook, but when she was your girlfriend, all you did was order food every single day, go to restaurants every single day. She never cooked for you. If she ever did, maybe it was once a month. Now you're in the marriage, you expect to come from work and find a home-cooked meal. You understand how we think in reverse because of TV and how our whole minds are warped and poisoned by celebrities and music, right? Let's get into our next topic.
Man who's mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to sit through certain conversations with me that are going to be transparent.
So what is a high value man? Because I heard you reference Cam as a high value man with a low value, I guess, just a low vibration.
Low functioning.
Yeah. Low functioning.
Very low functioning.
So what is your definition of high value? Because to me, it just sounds like high value to you is like superficial stuff.
High value just means that it's pretty much like you're making a lot of money. You have a lot of tangible things. You're high value.
Your value is high.
Your value is high, and your monetary value, your value is high. Meaning, you know, you got a man who's making $100 million, then he's high valued in women who are superficial. But I'm not knocking y'all, sis, okay? Are very attracted to that. But again, are they choosing the man or are they choosing the value?
The value.
This is she's one of the few people I've heard define what a high value man is on the internet. Most people try to jump around it and talk about their feelings like, oh, I wouldn't date him just because he's a man. It's all about feelings. Being high value on the dating market, it's all about your pull on the market, right? If we look at today's dating market, what kind of a man has the most pull when it comes to women and also has the most better quality women wanting him in terms of beauty? What kind of woman pulls the most men on the dating market? That's basically high value, right? And to be high value, you need to have things that other people that you're competing with don't have. So if we're talking of the dating market, as a man, what separates you from most men? Number one, money. If you have money, You can give your woman experiences that most men can't give her. So most girls are going to be attracted to you based on money. Are you going to attract gold diggers sometimes and whatever? But money does attract a lot of women. So you find that even if a man has a lot of money and maybe all other aspects of his life are bad, he's a druggie, he's an alcoholic, right? He's still going to put hands. He's still going to have more options than the average guy working a 9 to 5, right? Number 2 is a guy, what else? Status, celebrity status. You might not have a lot of money, but you're a celebrity, you're a musician, you're a well-known DJ, you have a lot of followers on social media. All these things are going to pull women. Some women are really attracted to status. A lot of them, as a matter of fact. What else is going to separate you from most men? Game. You're talking. Can you speak to a woman and she just feels what she feels? Are you funny? And all these things, right? What else is going to separate you from most men? Looks. The taller you are, you separate yourself from most men because most men are not tall. That's why women love the 6 foot plus men. Face, handsome, the guys that are just good looking. You understand? If you go to the gym, you have a good body. Most people are out of shape. So the better body you have in terms of aesthetics, the better you dress, you're going to separate yourself. So a high value man is a man that has a combination of all these things. And there's a ranking even with high value men. So as long as you're above the average guy, how the average guy looks, talks, and the experiences that a woman can experience with an average guy, as long as you're above that, you start to become a high value man. But there's always going to be a better high value man, of course, right? And what is a high value woman? For women, it's mostly beauty. Number one, the more beautiful the girl, the more men are going to want her. Not money and status like what TV tries to sell to us. No, when you think of a girl on a boat in Dubai, it's 19, 20-year-old girls who are very beautiful with a billionaire and a few billionaires on the boat. Not Oprah Winfrey, a billionaire woman, right? So the more beautiful the girl, then we can now talk of, kindness and all these other things. But beauty, number one for women. That's what's going to make you high value. That's what's going to give you the pull. So let's continue.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that goes to where this is going to be a very, very unpopular opinion, or very popular, but it's going to cause a lot of controversy. I always say, if you realize the most prettiest, beautiful women, many of them, men have put a baby in them, but ain't made a wife out of them. And I go to the high value men, have put babies in them, but ain't made a wife out of them. Because those women are choosing the value in them, and those men are choosing the low functionality in them. So that's a match made in heaven for them. Even though the fairy tale ends at some point, and everybody goes back to the drawing board and comes into my session and says, because I can't, now these I can't name, I have some very, very A-list celebrity women who come in and say, I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I can have any man I want, I'm lonely as hell, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna die alone.
Facts. So what is he saying here? Most people choose the value and not the person. So most people choose, like I said, with the man, the money, the status, the looks, the game. Most women will choose that and not who someone is, as far as their morals and principles and how they behave, how they treat others, and the state of their mental health. So most people will choose that second after these things. Same thing with men. Most men will choose the value of the woman in terms of her beauty more than who she is. But what happens is that fairy tale does not last, especially when you guys choose now to be in a union like a marriage. Because a marriage is going to require the person, the inner person, to survive, and not the outer person, and not a lot of money. This is why you see a lot of these athletes, they divorce at the end of the day. As much as women say they want money, men with money, athletes have money, looks, everything. But why is it that a lot of them get divorced? It's because once you're in the marriage, these looks and money and backing bags start to become secondary. If he's not available all the time, his looks and money don't matter. If he's cheating on you imagine how athletes cheat. With how many girls, how many days is he even available for the wife? His looks, money, and status start to not make, it starts to not be of value. Now you want the person, you want him to be available, you want him to be kind. And that's the same thing with the woman, the beauty. It starts to not be of value when you start to see that my wife has no time for my children. She is teaching my children the wrong things. She is dressing naked to the world. She has low morals. She talks to me anyhow. all that beauty. Only men outside will be seeing it and be like, oh, he's married to a beautiful wife. But you who is in the marriage, you'll be in hell. You see? So this is exactly what she's talking about. Some people are high value, but low functional. So when you choose a high value person but who's low functional, you're going to struggle in that marriage because you need a high functional person. You would rather be with a high functional person who has a lower value, because high functionality means this is someone who's good with people. He's a kind person, he's gonna be patient. He's gonna take care of you. He's gonna, or she, right, is gonna do the things that we know are needed in a marriage. They're gonna be a good wife, a good father, a good mother, a good example. You understand? So now when you marry a baddie and she is run by her whole moral compass is Cardi B and Beyonce and all Real Housewives of Hollywood, expect a Real Housewives of Hollywood marriage. You understand?
Yeah. But you have a child. You've been married to this A-list big NBA player. And the relationship is now over. And you feel like you're going to be alone? Because you never learned to choose anything of substance. So you were hollow the whole time. So you're not afraid of being alone physically. You're afraid of being alone emotionally because you've been alone this whole time. So you don't even have a relationship with yourself. Anyway. So who you really don't want to be with is you.
So why should we call
being alone is about being with you.
So why should we call those brothers high value then?
Because value, based on how I define it, is just money. Like I'm a high valued woman, right? I have a multi-million-dollar home. I come from the hood. I went from the hood to the hills.
This is where I disagree with her though. Value, being high value, is not the same for men and women. She is actually kind of a high value woman. I can see that she was a very beautiful woman in her youth. And for her age, she's actually very beautiful for her age. But competing with 20-year-olds, she can't compete with 20-year-olds anymore. With women, their high value is going to be aesthetics, 1000%. A 20-year-old baddie, Oprah Winfrey with all her billions cannot compete with a 20-year-old baddie. When it comes to pulling men and having men make offers and want to be in a relationship with her, men don't care about women's resources. So with a woman, this is why women dominate the makeup industry. This is why women dominate plastic surgeries. And what is plastic surgeries? Plastic surgeries, all plastic surgeries are is trying to pull back the youth, remove the wrinkles, make the S tighter, make the boobs firmer. It's just trying to pull back youth. But then with men, as the physical and the looks of a man do not come number one necessarily. Yes, if you are really in the top 1% of looks, you can get away with it without money. But for men, providing is going to be the main thing. This is why you will see guys who are not even good looking, out of shape, no looks, with tens all the time around them, right? Because for a man, providing and protecting is going to be number one before the looks. Yes, the looks do come into play, but not as much as a woman. For a woman to be high value, it's the looks. Now, that's the first thing. If we're just talking of the dating marketplace, I'm not talking about you as a human being and who you are, a philanthropist, and you donate money and you can take care of other people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your pull as a person, your value on the dating marketplace. For women, it's always going to be beauty. So this is the thing, man. Like, I think the lesson here is that if you're going to want to get married, if you want marriage, if you want a healthy marriage, if you want to have children, if you want your children to grow up in a healthy household, you need a high functional person, not a high valued person necessarily. Can you get both? Of course, but it's very rare. So something is going to have to give. Unfortunately, people are always going to choose the value, the money, the status, the looks, far much more than the person, the personality, the morals, the principles. And I mean, it's all a choice at the end of the day, but who ends up suffering are the children. I wish if marriages failed, they just affected the man and the woman. But at the end of the day, normally when people get into marriages, they're going to have children, and kids are really, really affected when people get divorced. So I feel like, we need to do a better job choosing the people that we get into marriages, Till my next video, I'm out.